This week's book recommendation is none other than The Stand by Stephen King. And y'all, to say that I would finish a 40-hour audiobook and think, I wish there were more of this. I never thought that possible. 40-hour audiobook, but it went by like so fast because the story is so good. And I'm really glad that I listened to this at the end of quarantine for COVID. I know the pandemic isn't completely over, but I'm so glad at the end of quarantine for COVID versus at the beginning, because the premise of The Stand is that a virus has gotten out and killed 99.4% of the population. And it follows the last percent that's left as they try to battle the good and evil of what can come up of this new society. Not only is this a very great book, it also is a really great study in how to have character development. There are many characters that are separate but come together. They're on this side, that side, they switch over. Are they good? Are they bad? How do you have a virus as its own character? How do you have good and evil as their own character? It is such a beautiful portrayal of a deep dive into character existence and character development that as a writer, I feel like I'm a better writer having read this. Now, it is a giant thick book, and I don't really like holding giant thick books. I know that they have value, but I have double jointed thumbs. It actually physically hurts me. So I listened to it on my audiobook. I listened while I moved into my new place and unpacked everything. I listened while I went on walks in the park. I listened while I was cleaning house. I listened laying on the floor at night when I didn't have a bed or a sofa, but I needed to escape. It is such a great, really, really, really well narrated audiobook that I would highly suggest grabbing it on audiobook. Once again, the book is The Stand by Stephen King, and you can grab yourself a copy of it through our Libro.fm link down below. And not only does that get you a free audiobook, but it gets me a free audiobook as well. And listen, if you're going to get a free audiobook, a 40-hour audiobook is a really good deal for free. You can get the link to that ability to get the 1-for-1 free audiobook credit at Libro.fm and using the link below. Or if you don't have double joints like me and you want to hold the giant book and read through The Stand, you can grab it at bookshop.org using the link in our show notes. Not only does that allow you to get it and support a local independent bookstore for you, but that's an affiliate link, so it helps support the School for Writers as well. Once again, y'all, you really need to read it. I had people tell me my whole life, you really need to read The Stand by Stephen King, but seriously, I'm so glad I finally did. You really need to read The Stand by Stephen King. It is a beautiful example. It is dated, yes, there's so much dated in the 1970s that it was written, but it's also such a beautiful example of character development. So if you are a writer who wants to work on being better at creating a scene and characters, I absolutely want you to download yourself an audiobook or a physical book copy of The Stand by Stephen King.